What's good with the YouTube? You are now tuned in with Donny.P TV. Donny.P, the human watermark is trending topic. No 4th of July, but you know I'm popping. And I'm here to spark some shit up. As my viewers may know, I have been reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Hey, it's been a good book so far. You know what I'm saying? I'm on chapter 2, and we're going to dive right into it. It say whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Chapter 2 is all about desire, starting at the port of all achievement, the first step toward riches. It starts off talking about how you'll have to go back and look at my chapter 1 review, but how Edwin Barnes, you know what I'm saying, got his achievement through desire. Like, despite whatever he went through or whatever roads and obstacles he had to cross, he was determined to be an associate and be in business right beside Thomas Edison. And talk about the man who burned bridges. Is pretty much what that was about. Was a dude who had an army, and he made a decision that, you know, we kind of outnumbered, but regardless to what, we're going to go on their land and fight, and we're going to take over the land. And it was like, they bought all the ships or whatever to the land, and he told them, like, hey, this is what we're going to do. We came to their land to fight, we outnumbered, but regardless to what, I got a desire that we can win, you know, despite what's going on. So shit, he burnt all the goddamn ships, burnt them all, and made everybody look at the smoke. And he was like, either we win on this land or we perish on this land. And guess what? You know how it go, they won. They won. Whooped their ass. And it was just the leaders or the lieutenant's desire that, you know what I'm saying, we gonna win. Like, despite whatever happened, we gonna win. He had that desire. And it got this method in here, 6 ways to turn desires into gold. And the first one is to fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. And they give a couple details. I'll make another video about this part of chapter 2 instead of me doing a review on chapter 3, which I get to that when I read it, but you know, that'll be the next one. But the second one is determine exactly what you want indeed to give in return for the money you desire. You know what I'm saying? What you're willing to sacrifice to, you know what I'm saying, get to where you're trying to go, make what you're trying to make in this lifetime. Third one, establish a definite date when you intend on to possess this desire or this money. The fourth one is create a definite plan to carry out your desires and begin at once, whether you're ready or not. Put a plan into action. Put a plan into action despite what's going on. The fifth one, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time limit for its occurrence. State what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan in which you intend to accumulate it. 6, read your written statement aloud twice daily. Once before bed, once waking up, once before bed. As you read, see, feel, and believe yourself already in possession of this desire or this money. That's the 6 steps. And maybe I could, I'm gonna just leave that right there. I ain't gonna even make a video about that. But that's the 6 steps. And he just talking about how it's important that daily you keep that burning desire. And one of us is called Can You Imagine Yourself Being a Millionaire? And pretty much he talk about this, how by following this 6 steps, he give you an example of somebody who does this and you know what I'm saying, they accumulate riches. and it talks about the power of dreaming. And I'm gonna just read this little statement right here. Back of all this demand for new and better things, there is one quality which one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose. Definiteness of purpose. Like, you gotta be definite in your purpose. The knowledge of what one wants and a burning desire to possess it. That was one of the ones that came with the little scheme, the power of great dreams. And he said, we who desire to accumulate riches should remember the real leaders of the world always have been men who harnessed and put into practical use the intangible, unseen forces of unborn opportunity and converted those forces into skyscrapers, cities, factories, airplanes, automobiles, and every form of convenience in life that makes it more pleasant. So he gets talking about the Wright brothers, a guy in here who was who wanted his own cigar store, and he talked about how you see one of those on every corner of America. Thomas Edison, of course, uh, and somebody named McCartney. He never really put their full name in there, but he talked about Charles Dixon, talk about David Copperfield, talk about Robert Burns, talk about Helen Keller, about her being deaf or whatever. And he talked about a desire to outwit Mother Nature, like, regardless to what you want, you know what I'm saying? Always believe despite in what you see. Like, just because it ain't happened yet, regardless of what, keep the desire and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Keep praying, keep hoping, keep wishing on whatever you're trying to accumulate. Even when you see it coming, keep, you know what I'm saying? Keep the fire burning till you get to where you want to be, even though you're on a road or whatever. And they talk about how his son, end up coming in the world deaf and couldn't talk. And I would like for y'all to read his method on how he, because it's real interesting, on how he kind of willed or played with his son's imagination while he was young, and the techniques that he used to outwit, you know what I'm saying, Mother Nature or the unseen forces, despite what was going on when his son was born. And it's a good story. He pretty much did these techniques or whatever, all this type of stuff. And, of course he, kept, I don't want to get into it, man. I don't want to spoil it for y'all. But pretty much, man, he willed his son into going into a normal school. Like, he ain't let his son go to no deaf school and all that. He had teachers or tutors or mentors or whatever. They did that little stuff. But he made his son go to normal school and keep up with the normal people. Like, dude even went to college. And it's something miraculous, in there that happens. And I don't want to spoil it for y'all. But, you know what I'm saying? His son ended up writing a letter to the people which helped him here. And, you know how it go. He ended up getting on, you know what I'm saying, going to meet the people, going to talk to people, end up inspiring other people. And I'm going to draw back and then I'm going to end it. But like when his son was, 8 or whatnot, his little brother was out there selling newspapers. And, his son noticed he had extra care and stuff, like with the teachers and all that. Like, he noticed, like, the love, the extra help he got despite everybody around him, despite his little brothers. And his dad was trying to tell him that he'll always be better in life. Because he tricked him into thinking, like, I don't want to get into it, but he made him think a certain way. So, he always wanted to go out with his older brother and sell newspapers. And they wouldn't let him do it, you know what I'm saying, because you know how it is out there in the world. But, you know, he snuck out the house one day and he borrowed 6 cent from 6 cent or 8 cent. I want to get this correct. I don't want to. It really don't matter, but it do matter. You know what I'm saying? 6 cent. Yeah, he ended up getting 6 cent from a shoemaker. This a long time ago, so he ended up getting 6 cent from a shoemaker. And man, dude got that 6 cent. And he went out there and sold them newspaper without his big brother now. He just heard, somehow knew, but he ended up coming to bed. When they walked in there, he had 42 cents in his hand, and you know they crying, but it's that blissful, that happy, you know, tears of joy, you know, because they knew what he had did when he had them pennies in their sleep in his hand. So, you know, I just read to check out the techniques. So far, it's been good, you know. And I'm hoping that y'all enjoying this with me also as I give y'all these reviews. Hey, but y'all keep keep spreading that love, light, and peace, man.